Hello everyone, this is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Do Rebel, and welcome to the Jeet Kune Do Dialogues episode number 28. I have to flip that around. This is going to be with well-known original Jeet Kune Do instructor, Tommy Carruthers. He and I just finished up, and so I wanted to get everything uploaded and get it out to you. So enjoy Tommy Carruthers on the Jeet Kune Do Dialogues. You see that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you okay.
Okay, all right. Your volume's a little bit low. Can you raise that?
That's a bit hot.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing this, sir. I hope it's already beneficial in that you learned a little bit about technology.
Me and technology don't work too well.
Well, Tommy Carruthers, it's good to make your acquaintance, man. I've been looking forward to this. I really appreciate your taking the time.
Well, cut my lesson short tonight, and drove as quick as I could to get back to do this interview, so it should be interesting. Okay, so of course, when a few people heard that I was going to do this show with you, one guy said to me, he goes, "Why are you even bothering with this guy?" And I said to him, "Are you kidding? This guy is one of the biggest Bruce Lee fans and biggest Bruce Lee followers in the world. Why would I not want to talk to him?" Do you get a lot of that? A lot of people that same old thing, isn't it? People are jealous. At the end of the day, people are jealous of your hard work. You know, I've been doing JKD since 1974. A year after Bruce died, that's when I started JKD, right? So next year I'll be 60. So I've trained incredibly hard. Yeah. And I'm still training. Right. And I think people sometimes are jealous of what I've achieved. Mm-hmm. But everything I've achieved, everything came with blood, sweat and tears. So when people get a problem with me, it's generally because they're jealous of things I've achieved, and they just have never achieved anything in their life. Yeah. Well, look, I'll tell you this, from everything that I have seen and everything that I have been able to discover about you, your work ethic shows like you just said, you started training in 74, and it's obvious that you have not quit training. So no. as far as I'm concerned, that's what makes, you know, trying to get into your brain a little bit, that makes it worthwhile. Yep. So you're known as being a very opinionated guy. Yep, definitely. Was that from birth, or was that something that you developed along the way? No, I really think that's the Scottish attitude. The Scottish attitude is, if you're good, we'll tell you. If you're bad, we'll certainly tell you. We do not candy coat, butter people up, or say things to make them feel fantastic. Yeah. So the thing is, you know, if you really want, how could I say it? If you really want an honest opinion about anything, come to Scotland, because, you know, if you can be a success in Scotland and people like you, you can be a success anywhere else in the world, because Scottish people are the most difficult people in the world to impress, because we don't impress easy. So, you know, and I would say that a lot of that as well was installed when I was younger, the same as everybody else in my generation. In Scotland, we were always taught, do your best, work hard, you know, and be honest. So that's always installed in us since we were younger, you know. So sure, I'm opinionated because the way I look at things, why settle for second best? Right. Why settle for the silver medal or the bronze medal? Shoot for the gold. Yeah. Try as hard as you can.
Be honest with yourself. Train hard. That's it.
So is that that cultural difference, is that something that you have encountered? Because you've gone pretty much around the world by now, right? So that cultural difference, have you found it? Have you found the Scottish attitude anywhere else in the world? Something similar?
Maybe some places in Europe are very similar,
Mm-hmm.
but certainly not in America.
Right.
The Scottish mentality in America, you know, they find us too honest, too straight, too much down to earth.
Yeah.
We call it how it is, and that doesn't go down well in America.
Yeah.
It certainly doesn't. Anywhere else in the world, it goes down okay. Even in China.
Right.
You know, I've taught in China, I've taught in Korea, Singapore, Japan, you know, and I would say that they can handle honesty.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that Bruce always talked about, and people are always quoting what Bruce said, and one of the biggest things he always talked about is be honest with yourself.
Yes.
That's one of the biggest things, and yet the majority of people that practice JKD can't be honest with themselves.
Right.
And I think as a teacher, you should be honest with the people you teach, because they're paying money. They're paying money so that you can teach them something that they can learn, that they can protect themselves, and you've got to be honest with them.
Yeah.
And I'm honest with the students that I teach, and I would say that I'm hard with the students when I teach them, because if they have to ever use it for real, I'm sure that they will do pretty well, because just the honest way I teach them, and I don't butter them up in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. And you and your background, I mean, just growing up in Scotland, that honest approach to things is a necessity, because I mean, I don't know if it's all of Scotland, but it's a pretty rough place.
Well, Glasgow is, I mean, I think Glasgow is not as rough as it used to be, but when I grew up, and even before that, Glasgow is a tough place. There's no two ways about it. At one point, you know, it used to be the murder capital of Europe. That's how bad it was. You know, it was really, really rough and tough.
Yeah.
And in the 70s, it was really bad in the 70s. It certainly was. You know, there were certain areas that you just couldn't go into. If you went in and the people didn't know your face, you could be in a lot of trouble, you know.
Right.
But it's not as bad now. But, you know, it always had a hard reputation. It certainly did. And people always, you know, I think the living here, it was very, very tough to live, you know. There's no two ways about it. But it's a bit softer now, you know.
Yeah. So that mindset, then, that's what informs your approach to Jeet Kune Do.
Right.
That's why you have famously said Jeet Kune Do is not a sport.
No.
Right? So you started out probably like everybody else in what? In the karate style, in a kung fu style?
No, the first thing that I was taught when I was probably about 9 or 10 was stuff that my father get taught during
the military stuff.
He was in the army during World War II, the last year of the war, and he taught me some basic military unarmed combat, and I really did enjoy it. And then when the whole kind of Bruce Lee thing happened in about 74, I kind of left the stuff my father taught me, and when I saw Bruce, I was just mesmerised and went, wow, this is the stuff. This is, I want to be able to punch and kick and move like this guy.
Yeah.
And I studied everything I could study on. I watched every movie, looked at every photograph, measured every photograph of his feet, looked how his hips were, looked how his elbows, everything. And I practiced and practiced so much that so many times I practiced that much, I collapsed and blacked out. And my mother used to go crazy, and she used to phone the doctor, and he's perfectly healthy. And I got up in the middle of the night and trained. You know, I trained before when I was younger, I trained before I went to school, and then after I left school, I trained before I went to work. I got up in the middle of the night and trained. I'd run to work, I'd train my dinner hour, I'd run back, I'd train at night, and this went on all the time. I was fanatical to the point that nothing else mattered. It was just to be good at this and understand everything that this guy was doing, and that was it.
And so it was 74. So Bruce Lee had already passed away. Was there a kung fu movie trend in Glasgow at that time, or?
See, the thing is, Bruce wasn't well known. Nobody knew who Bruce Lee was before he died. Nobody knew about him. He only became well known in 74 when they released one of his movies in 74. But up to then, nobody in the UK knew about Bruce Lee. Nobody. Because the Green Hornet and they kind of shows, we never got them here. You know, we got Batman, but we didn't get, and we didn't get Longstreet and these other shows. We didn't get them until Bruce had died. You know, so I was running about 1974. You know, and if I'm right, the first movie that they showed here was Way the Dragon. In America, it's called Return of the Dragon. That was the first one.
Okay. Well, hey, I think if you're looking to be informed by his movement, that's a good one to start with, don't you think?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's definitely a good one to start with. And so, okay, so first it had to be the movies. What about magazines? Were they available?
Well, if my memory serves me right, the movie was first, and then it was the Fighting Method books, the 4 volumes. That came out a bit later, you know, and I bought them. But, you know, when I really did look at them, a lot of the photographs didn't make sense. And it wasn't until later on I realised that Bruce had to put them together, you know.
Right.
It was somebody else. So a lot of the photos didn't make sense. But some of the photos were pretty good that I could look at and try and judge how his hip, what position his hip is, or, you know, where his body weight was lying, etc. Then it's trial and error, and just keep doing it and doing it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Away back then, there wasn't teachers that you could go and ask, you know, how do we do this? How do you do that? You know, what's the mechanics for this hook kick? What's the mechanics for this hook punch? You know.
What about the differentiation or the distinguishing between the theatrics of how he moved, and then the practical functionality, that he talked about? Did you ever have to make an adjustment for that?
I think what happened was, you know, because we saw these photographs with Bruce with the kind of Kempo gloves on, the head guards and shin guards and body protector, right? So I'd probably run about maybe 75 or 76. You could buy these gloves. They weren't really good quality. So we bought 2 pair of gloves and we bought head guards. We made our own body protectors out of the stuff that you repair cars with. It's called Catalloy. You put it on and you repair a hole in a car, you sand it down. So we had custom-made shin guards, boxing protectors, custom-made body protectors, head guards. And all we done was we tried to make it work. And the more we tried to make it work, the more it started to get refined. And we're doing less of the high kicks and some of the stuff that Bruce was doing in movies. And that's all we done. That was a process we done all the time. We just practiced, and as we get better, we refine things until they became a lot more streamlined.
Right. So I suspect that in the English language, 2 of your favorite words are refinement and streamline.
Yep.
Yeah. I figured.
And I'm still trying to do that. Some 40 years later, I'm still trying to take bits off it, make things smooth and more compact when you move and whatever. But it's an ongoing thing. It never finishes, you know.
Yeah.
Never.
How then would you recommend to somebody that, you know, one of the famous quotes is hack away at the unessentials.
Right.
So how would you, if somebody said to you, okay, Tommy Carruthers, I need to know how to approach that?
Well, to start off, you know, you're going to have to gather some stuff to start with. You know, because you need something before you start cutting away. So you have to have material to start with. Then you're going to have to start to cut away. But, you know, I would say probably the best way is when you look at Bruce's drawing of the progressive weapons chart. That's probably about the best example. That stands out. Whatever, and how can you say it? That is the thing that stands out in front of everything else is a progressive weapons chart. So that gives you an idea where it should be, you know. So
as opposed to going out and studying a whole bunch of different arts.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you study a lot of different arts, you've not got any means to connect these things together. Plus, the thing is, the more you have to try and remember, the less it's going to work when you do it for real.
Yeah.
You know, because what I teach is I don't really teach so much techniques. I more or less teach targets, like the progressive weapons chart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like if they gives you a knee, it's going to get broke. If they gives you his head positioning, he's not going to rise. You know, if the groin's here, I'm going to take it. So I'm more or less just thinking about targets that I can hit and finish them right there and then. And the progressive weapons chart is the means that keeps us together.
Okay, so if you're attacking it from the viewpoint of targets, you don't need to go study Thai boxing in order to learn how to develop the elbow technique or the knee technique, because you're focusing on target rather than on technique.
That's it.
Yeah.
So also the other thing is, you know, what we work really quite a lot on is training our eyes to see things fast. You know, so rather than the punch coming away here and the guy's got to do this and that, you know, we're looking right here and seeing any kind of telegraph and the movement. And as soon as you see that, depending on the distance with a progressive weapons chart, that's the target you're hitting. So, you know, I want the students to be ahead of the conversation. Before the guy's thinking about saying something, they've already jumped in and said it and stated wanted to say more or less. So, you know, we do a lot of stuff to train the eyes to see fast. You know, you train your eyes to see fast, and the guy won't even get a shot off. You know.
Yeah, there is that that Bruce Lee saying about how much time is lost between when the eyes see it and when the fist moves. So you try to turn that into a reality.
If you train, the whole idea is to reduce that hesitation. You want to reduce it. So as soon as you see it, the thing's there, or you see the thing's there. So you know, when you're practicing this stuff, you've not got time to train all this other stuff because you're just going right and put your finger on the point with your hand or foot. That's all you're doing is doing that.
Yeah.
So you've not got time to do this, time to do that, time to do this, time to do this. I just see you moving, I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing. Or as soon as I see you moving, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So you can sit in front of TV here, right, and I can just watch it change. And every time it changes, I'll do that. I train my eyes to see fast, and then I'm firing these fibers like that. And I can do the same with my leg and just sit and just twitch it like that every time I see it moving. And that trains me to see fast. The quicker I can detect movement. And then I've got to couple that with mobility, because seeing quick isn't the whole picture. You've got to be able to see fast, no hesitate, and then you've got to go from point A to point B. So I want to train my mobility to go like a bullet. As soon as I see it, I want the transportation system to take me as quick as I can to that target and destroy it.
Yeah.
So
in 10 years, when you're 70,
right,
you're still going to be trying to move that way.
I'll still be trying to make things simpler, because the way I look at it, I mean, it doesn't matter about age, but even as you get older, you should try to make things simpler, direct, and have less effort. Yeah. So you want to be able to train yourself that you can move from point A to point B, detect the movement, shut it down, and your heart rate has to even work like this. Your heart rate's still the same beat. Like that, and you've not even broke a sweat and nothing. You know?
Yeah.
That it's not as if you've got to go bum, 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 and steady heart rate.
I mean, and that idea of training yourself to see things quickly as an approach to life, that's training yourself to see things as they are, not, you know, dilly-dallying around with nonsense, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So then the search for legitimate instruction began after a period of time of training yourself, correct? And that led you to the States. And to, if I have the chronology correct, first to Gary Dill.
Yep, that's
right. Okay. All right. So then you started training with his material.
Uh-huh.
Now, was it radically different from what you had been doing before, or was it very similar?
It was a bit different, to tell you the truth. You know, what I was doing before was a bit simpler. You know, but see, to cut a long story short, I would say I've learnt more by teaching myself and finding things for myself than what any teacher has ever taught me. You know, I got to the point that the people that I was asking questions couldn't answer them. They didn't have the same vision I had. So I decided that, you know, the best person to teach Tommy was Tommy. You know, because I remember one time somebody said to me they said, you know, it was one of Bruce's students said, he really didn't believe that I taught myself. And he says, so who taught you? And I says, Tommy taught me. He says, is this another Tommy? I goes, no, this Tommy.
Yeah.
No, he says, no, you've been taught by an instructor. I goes, I'm standing here now, hand in heart, and telling you, I taught myself this. You could have never taught yourself because Bruce showed me this, and you could have never found this out. I says, I can assure you, right? And that guy was Bob Bremer. He didn't believe that I had been an instructor when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because the things that he was showing me, he says, I know it, and you can do this, you can do that. And he went, whoa, wait a minute. He says, Bruce taught me that. How do you know this? I said, because trial and error. When you keep pursuing something, you bet you find it. It's like you can be throwing this punch, it's no right. All of a sudden, it clicks. That's it there. And then bang, then the next bit, you try, you move, and then click. And before you know it, it starts to all fit into place. And you go, that's it. Then when you're talking to somebody, you know, you have a wealth of knowledge because nobody gave you that. You found that yourself through self-learning. And I've always been a person that didn't really need MD. In that sense, I've always just kept pursuing and find it myself.
Yeah.
Very similar with what Bruce done.
Well, see, I think you're onto something, because if we ask the question, who taught Bruce Lee? I think ultimately the answer is he taught himself.
That's right.
You know, I mean, ultimately, yes, there was, you know, so Yip Man is known as being Bruce's Wing Chun teacher, and then, you know, gosh, now I forget the guy, Wang Shanglong, and they're all the stories about that, and that he, you know, that he got stuff from other. But I think ultimately, the real answer is he taught himself.
Yep. I would say that I'm not going to take anything away from the people I knew, like Jesse Glover, Ted Wong, Howard Wills, and Leo Fong.
I get that.
I'm not going to take anything away from him. But what I'm going to say is, I would say more or less that what they gave me was some fine tuning. And Jesse Glover, he's the guy that gave me the direction. There's no two ways about it. He said to me a long time ago, he says, Tommy, he says, Bruce was fencing with his hands and feet. He says, pursue it. And I just, you know, listen to what he said, and that's what I done. I just pursued that. But, you know, it's like, well, when you've got a vision and what you want to achieve, you know, how can you ask somebody else? Because you're the guy that's got this vision, what you see, how it should be moving, how it should be going, how it should be presented. You know, you more or less just sail your own ship, and that's it, you know. But I'm thankful for the people that I met that Bruce taught. I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to disrespect him. I'm not going to disrespect him. I'm going to thank everyone of them that even said 3 lines to me that maybe meant something, or you know, because they're all instrumental at some point and helped me. But I would say the biggest amount of help I got was through me learning for, you know, I was always taught, think for yourself. Don't copy Andy Tommy. Think for yourself. And that's all I done. I just thought for myself.
Yeah.
How can I make, how do you move your feet? How does this work? And just keep doing it.
The first time I saw Ted Wong, from here down, I was sure Bruce Lee was in the room. Did he have that effect on you?
I'm going to be honest here and tell you no. You know, no. And that will upset people, but there's no point in you lying to you. You know, I just don't think Ted was like Bruce. You know, Bruce was done things 100 times better. He was faster, more powerful. Ted was only a guy that had spent a short time with.
Yeah, what I mean is his footwork was the closest thing I'd ever seen to what looked like Bruce Lee.
Well, I asked Ted this question. Oh, man.
I lost your camera.
Right. Hold on a minute. Oh, there we are. Right. I asked, can you see me okay?
No, I can't see you.
No. Camera. No. Yeah, this is it here.
Okay.
See me okay?
Well, now I see the cat more than I see you.
Oh, I'll move this screen. This is hopeless. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, so I asked Ted this question because I just thought the footwork was overcomplicated, and I said to I said to Ted, I goes, how much of this footwork came from Bruce? And he says, very little. He says Bruce's footwork was simpler.
Okay.
That answered the question.
Okay.
Because it would be continually showing different ways to move your feet. No, and I think this is too complicated, you know. And when he said that, I was like, there you go, that was it.
Yeah.
So, I'll give honour what honour's due. He was honest enough to tell me that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of people that train with Ted wouldn't like to hear that. But there's no point lying.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, so first it was Gary Dill, and then after that you met Jesse Glover.
Yes.
And then Ted, and then Howard Williams.
Yep.
So Howard Williams. So again, the material, was it all different, similar? I mean, did it all fit in with where your head was at?
No.
I
think, you know, my impression of Howard Williams, it was fast and very powerful.
Yeah.
And I really liked the way Howard moved and the way he done things, you know.
Okay.
He was very similar to Jesse. So he was. Ted was different again.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really just looking at these people and then looking what I had myself and thinking, what is it they've got they can offer me?
Yeah.
To take what I've got and make it better, you know?
Yeah.
And there was a couple of things that they had that I thought was okay, was very similar to what I had, but more or less I would say it was just advice I asked people, that was it. But I'd say the guy that gave me the best advice, the guy that helped me so much, even with the technique, was Jesse Glover.
Right.
Jesse Glover had a wealth of knowledge, there's no two ways about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very clever guy.
Mm-hmm.
And had a lot of experience fighting, and that was a thing as well. A lot of people that Bruce taught didn't have practical, you know, how can you say it? They didn't have any practical abilities as far as they never fought or used this stuff for real. Where Jesse, you know, he was a bit of a fighter,
right.
So he understood, you know, making the stuff work for real. Where Ted Wong, he didn't have a clue about this stuff and how you could take it and make it work, you know. Mm-hmm. But before I'd actually met Ted, you know, I'd worked as a bouncer, worked in clubs and dance halls, so I'd already done this stuff on people for real, you know. I could tell him what doesn't work, you know, because, okay, he spent a bit of time with Bruce, but you know what? I'd done this stuff for real for 7 years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't sparring, you know.
Yeah. So in some JKD circles, there's a trend to investigate Wing Chun because they know that Wing Chun played an elemental role in Bruce Lee's development. So do you think there's a value in going, let's call it backwards, into the Wing Chun?
It's okay to see where it came from, to tell you the truth. You know, where it came from, understanding where it came from. But Bruce threw that away. And that's the thing, people don't want to hear this. Bruce threw it away. You know, it's like, you know, why collide with a guy where I can stick my fingers into his eyes or break his leg? You know, why collide with him? Why trap him? That's a failed attack. Why not just hit? You know? So, but the people who's caught up on the trapping scene, and that's what they teach day, week in and week out, they love that. But they don't want to hear, well, he threw that away. The majority of people that teach JKD the day are teaching stuff that Bruce threw away, and stuff that they're keeping a grabby because they're scared to investigate.
Right.
If somebody shows me a better way how to do something, anything I've got, I'll throw it away, and I'll be doing what they're showing me.
Yeah. Because
I don't have any fear of changing.
Right.
Because I want to be refined, streamlined, and everything. So I don't have that fear of, you know, okay, this isn't good, show me a better way, show me something else, I'll do it, because I want this to be as smooth, precise as possible. Because
if you're seeking to streamline and refine what you're doing, then a sequence of 4 combination traps, that's not streamlined.
No. Plus it's slow as well, because every time you move, if you have to use if you've got to use 2 hands, you're going to end up having to square. So you're going to have to go from side on to square to side on to square. So it's too time consuming to open the shot, rather than just staying in the same stance and just going, you know, attacking whatever target's there, and you miss it, you go to the next one, and there's no deviation to, you know, the position you're in, you know.
Yeah. Can you bring your camera down a little bit? I got a lot of above you, and I can't see your hands when you do stuff.
Sometimes this happens to cut out like that. Right, how's that? Is that any better?
That's a little bit better.
Okay, right.
All right. I'm going to ask you what you might say. Well, that's a silly question. Do you have a favorite from amongst the 5 ways of attack?
Yeah, single direct attack.
I thought so. Yeah. I suspect too that that you're real big on, like we were just talking about trapping. I suspect that as opposed to trapping, you're probably real big on disengagement.
Well, the thing is, people always talk to me about, okay, you don't do any trapping. I say, well, I do trap, but I don't trap classical. I don't go like this. I trap people in level, I trap people in rhythm, and I trap people in distance. So I've went beyond trapping. So I'll trap you at the wrong distance, and I'll catch you. I'll trap you at the wrong rhythm, I'll catch you.
Yeah.
And I'll trap you at the wrong level when you're moving, I'll trap you.
Yeah. What as a matter of fact, since we talked about your hands, so I'll try to do an imitation of you.
Right, okay.
This is, but I already messed it up. But this is what you were doing, and then you revealed.
All right. Okay. Right. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Well, I thought.
Why not? Wait. Why not?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. So here's what. Okay, I'll tell you what I got from that video, and then you tell me if I got it right or if I got it wrong. I think what you were saying is, in a real fight, do not treat it like a boxing or kickboxing training session. Treat it seriously.
Yep.
Control your distance, and maybe even hit first and hit hard. Something like that.
With something like this, if you put up at knives, with something like this, there's no way you can disarm this. You wouldn't even see it.
Yeah.
And that would get right through a leather jacket.
Yeah.
And take your you know, you can imagine the kind of damage that would do to your face, like that, and your neck.
Yeah.
So when people do all these disarms, they try and take it and strip it. If you strip that, you get no wrist. That'll go to the bone.
Right.
So it really angers me when I see people doing all this knife defence when people carry these things and they could just take it out as quick and go like that, and you don't even see that, and your face is that.
Yeah.
Open. So that angers me because anybody can carry this, and anybody who would be angry enough in a confrontation, just take this out and you can stick it in you and go like that.
Right.
The whole side of your body would open up like that. So all that knife stuff is a joke, really. You can't defend against that because you'll not see it.
So we're okay. So if, like you just said, you can't defend against it. So does that mean that there's zero preparation that somebody?
Well, the thing is, if somebody wants to use that, they're not going to show you.
Right.
They're not going to walk up and go like that and show you.
Yeah.
If somebody's going to use this thing on you, they're going to make sure that you don't see it. They could, and you know, when I walked the doors with a bouncer, you know, a couple of guys I worked with were stabbed with people walking out at the end of the night. And what they felt is that, and they thought somebody had actually punched them in the back until they were cut.
Yeah.
So when people are going to do this, and back to the martial arts world, people in the martial arts world or the martial arts community think that guys pull knives and show people them and go like this. But if anybody pulls a knife and show you, chances are not going to stab you, they're going to just scare you.
Right.
But if somebody wants to use that, you don't see it. So if you don't see it, you're never going to be able to defend against it. Plus, if that's in a fist and somebody just walked by you and punched you, and at the end it was that.
Yeah.
You know, so you've got to be real about this. There are just some things you're not going to be able to defend against, right? But the only thing is, I can say that, you know, people just don't listen to their instincts. That's another thing. Now, when I worked as a bouncer, we could, you know, maybe every half hour, the people that worked on the door would change for the people that worked on the dance hall, because some guys worked on the door, some guys worked in the dance hall, and then used to rotate. Okay, and you could how could I say it? It's really difficult to explain, but you can feel the vibes, you can feel the atmosphere actually changing without seeing hostility. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it makes sense to bouncers. You can walk into a place and you can feel the atmosphere's calm, it's happy. You can walk into a place and you can feel the atmosphere, you can feel the vibrations are really, really heavy. Yeah. And you're looking, and then all of a sudden you can see it starting. Yeah. So, you know, we've got this thing in us, but and when we practice martial arts, we seem to lose this. And this is part of the training I teach my students. Yeah. You know, it's not just the guy's going to throw a punch and they're going to do this and do that. What I want them to do is, I want them to stand calm, and I want them to emotionally inside feel really, really angry. So is it when the other guy, the student, when he feels the vibration of that anger, he's going to attack him. Yeah. So this is a way above actually the guy moving. This is feeling the vibration, anger coming towards you. And as soon as you feel that, you're attacking as quick as possible. But naturally, this is a position where that you've decided that this is going to go to a fight because you're no longer escape route. Yeah. The minute you feel the vibes changing from calmness to that anger, you go.
You just made me remember something that I used to do as training. Many decades ago, I used to work in the airline industry.
Right.
And anytime that we had a flight that was delayed, if we had a flight that was running late, I could always feel when I should get on the mic and say something to the people so they wouldn't get angry. I could feel the crowd.
That's the exact same. And we have this thing inside us that we can pick up vibrations. But people that practice martial arts, it's more or less all technique orientated. The guy throws a punch, you block it, you go like that, he does, he does. Well, you know, you can hit him long before that with picking up vibration. No, but we're talking, as I said before, we're talking about, you know, this is when you know there's no escape route and this is going to go to a fight. But the minute you feel the vibration changing, why not end it? Because he's kind of starting, And, you know, the anger's building up. You can feel the vibes. It's building up, building up. So one way it's building up, then he shifts, then he punches, then he goes. At that point when you can feel it, you can hit him. And back to Bruce's progressive weapons chart, that is your template.
Right. But see, but you're not going to be able to do that. One, if you haven't spent the time training, and two, if you don't know yourself very well.
No.
You're never going to pull that off.
No. No, you've got to spend a lot of time practicing martial arts before you get to this level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, this isn't a couple of years.
So why do you think people are out there teaching useless stuff?
Because they just, could be they've not got experience, could be they've not got some kind of vision, they've not got enough life experience, could be they've never been in a lot of confrontations. Because you've got to remember the majority of instructors out there who teach JKD and just teach other martial arts, I've never fought in their life.
Mm-hmm.
They're teaching stuff that are only repeating what instructors are. You know, I've said, and look at Bruce. JKD has came about because of Bruce's encounters with different people. It was always getting shaped. When you fought this guy, fought that guy, that's no good, that's no good, that's no good. So that's how JKD was shaped, because of encounters with different martial arts.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. But you don't have a problem with somebody training in this other stuff as long as they're not calling it Jeet Kune Do.
Sure.
As long, okay. So the trapping, let's go back to the trapping.
Right, okay.
Right, let's go back to the trapping. So that would fall under the category of useless stuff unless it was trained in what way?
Well,
what
as I said,
trapping useful?
As I said, I've went beyond the classical trapping. You know, I trap people different ways.
Right.
I mean, banging hands together, wrestling spot stuff and doing all that. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why do it? I'm trying to hit you. I'm not trying to trap you.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm going to be non-telegraphic. I'm not going to stand in the stands. I'm just going to pick a target and I'm going to try and hit it. Yeah.
What about the weapons training, the stick fighting, the knife fighting, that stuff? How would you train that in order for it to be useful?
Well, we don't use like sticks and knives, and we don't do any of that kind of stuff. You know,
okay.
If there's a stick line, it's just an extension of your hand, and anybody can use it. You know, we don't have to do all these fancy Filipino drills. It's just a case of crunch, and that'd be finished. You know what I mean? It's just an extension, a back fist or a forearm, and it's, you know.
Okay. The grappling. How could that become useful?
Well, there is a lot of grappling moves. I mean, I've used people always criticise me because I used to always say, well, do you know what? You know, on the deck can get you killed, and grappling's this and grappling's that. And people used to always attack me and say, you don't know nothing about grappling. But the thing that they fail to, again, people that don't really know me, you know, I started off with grappling.
Right.
Because the majority of stuff that was taught in the British Army during World War II was grappling orientated. More or less, Sykes and Fairbairn was more or less, there was a lot of judo and jiu-jitsu in it.
Yeah.
So I came to that background. My father showed me wrist locks, arm locks, takedowns, throws, finger locks. I grew up with all that, you know. So there is grappling techniques that's useful on the street, but it's not the priority you go and use these things. These are just things that you fall into. But there's a lot of grappling techniques that if you use in the street, that will get you killed. No, you're lying the deck with two hands tied the guy up, and somebody gives across, just cuts you, hits you, shoots you.
So when you heard the statement, and it came along in the mid 1990s, that such and such percentage of street fights end up on the ground.
Aye.
When you heard that, what did you think?
Rubbish. You know, one of the bits of the statement is quite right, that 90% of street fights end up on the ground. But what the guy failed to say is, right, they end up on the ground, and that's one guy getting punched and the other guy hitting the ground, but no two people on the ground. I mean, I worked on the doors for 7 years, right? And the amount of times I saw people rolling about fighting was far and few between. Majority of folk get punched and get knocked out. but it was a scrapper. But that rolling about doing all that stuff, no, that was just that guy just said that to market what he was trying to push at that point, that time in his life, what he was teaching. But that statement is just laughing. It's just a joke.
Okay, what about the what do you think of the likelihood that because the MMA and the UFC, it's all over, that people in the street will try to reproduce what they've been seeing on TV?
Right.
What would you say to that? So somebody says,
you know, I see your point now. You know,
expect them to take you down because that's what they see on TV, so they're going to try it against you.
You know, Bruce studied all these different grappling arts, and he more or less just came up with a concept, because why put yourself in that position where you've got to try and learn all these different things? Why not have a concept how to fight them? And that's more or less what I teach. So you're more or less, you know, handling all that stuff with an idea, you know, because I would say that a lot of people that go to MMA and the way MMA is pushed, that this is ultimate fighting, when it's clearly no ultimate fighting. It's a sport,
right?
But there is stuff that could be used on the street. A lot of the grappling stuff, why put yourself in that position on the ground? Because the majority of fights, there is more than one opponent. So why should you put yourself on the ground? You could then, I mean, I know two guys, you know, who lost their life in street fights, and they lost their life because they went on the ground voluntarily, because they never done that. One guy get punched, one guy fell, and they get kicked to death because they were on the ground. So why should you put yourself in a position where it's so dangerous you could lose your life?
Yeah.
You know, why do that? For me, I wanted my best chance, and my best chance is standing upright. And if I fall on the deck or I get dragged on the deck, I'm going to get up as quick as possible.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use any means I can, because as human beings, we don't work well in four, we work better in two.
What would you like to see happen in the JKD world?
What would I like to see?
Well, yeah, what would you like to see happen? I mean, what would make Tommy Carruthers happy?
Right. This is what I'd like to see. I'd like to see unity within the JKD, or we call it the so-called JKD community, right? Because if people try to get on, it would be better than everybody fighting. I'd like to see all the people that hate me spend 30 minutes of my time and get to know who Tommy really is. No Tommy they see on the internet, a Tommy who somebody told them that Tommy said this and that. You spend 30 minutes with me, you'll see the real person. Know this guy on the internet. And you'll change your whole attitude about Tommy. So I'd like to see unity. I'd like to see everybody getting on. I'd like to see the JKD come together so they can move on, because when everybody fights with everybody else, JKD dies a death.
Yeah.
And they know JKD died a death because everybody's after their own agenda, and all the days fight each other. One
of the things that that I came across about, you know, when people are talking about you, it was something about you don't recommend sparring or something that, can you clear that? What was that about?
Right. It's that kind of misconception. It's not at all to do with sparring. You know, you should actually train to fight and no spar. You know, you should train to attack the vulnerable targets, get in and finish it, and no just jump in and out like a kickboxing match. It should be, you know, these are the targets, hit them, finish it, and just constantly repeat it, so that it's not like that, in, out, 1, 2, in, out. That's not me. That just doesn't happen for real. There's a difference between a kickboxing match and a street fight.
Right.
And the majority of people out there don't know the difference, because they've probably never been in bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, they've probably never done any fighting with gloves on, and also they've never been in a street fight. So really, calling it sparring, I don't know if that's a good idea. Why don't you just say, okay, we're training to fight for real rather than training to spar? Because it always feels as if you have that mindset here in the real world, that's what you'll do. You'll not fight somebody, you'll spar them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to train my students to spar. I want to train my students to fight.
But if they say that because of the element of the unknown in sparring, right? I don't know when you're going to do what you're going to do, and vice versa. How do you inject that into training other than in sparring?
Well, when you're teaching the class, you've got, you know, groups of two. So one guy will be the student and one guy is going to be the coach. But we'll just call that the coach because it's an easier word to remember, right? The coach is going to do a lot of different things to test the student out, and then he's going to do some things that he least expects. So he's always getting pushed all the time. I always tell my students, okay, the coaches are going to attack, let's say, with punches, singles, combinations, and they're going to put one thing in there that they're going to pull out the cell to test them. And then you keep learning that all the time until the coaches are attacking with everything unpredicted, you know, and the students are learning to deal with everything.
I was just talking about that 2 days ago. I was talking about using in the training a combination of pre-arranged stuff, but then I made up a word, and free-arranged stuff. What you call unpredicted.
That's right.
So you put that into the training.
So the coaches will just pull one thing out without telling them and just surprise him with doing something just to test him, see how well he reacts. And then 2 or 3 things until he's throwing every single thing at him, you know, including his kitchen sink, and he's defending himself. He's defending himself with the most simple, direct, efficient way possible. Ending things as quick as he can.
So in your approach, your step-by-step approach, you let's say shadow box, for lack of a different expression, in order to develop the mechanics. Then put that stuff on the striking equipment to develop the ability to hit for real, and then put the gear on and apply it realistically.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Who designed the gear in your store? Is that your design?
The mesh mask on the head guard is my design, yes.
I love it.
So that we can eye jab and punch. Yep.
Yeah. I think then you don't have a school as such, right?
I've got a school. Yep.
Okay. See, so here's the question. A lot of people who have a school, they need an extended curriculum,
right,
so that the students will stick around for a long time.
Yep.
Right?
Right, okay.
Okay. So is that partly why you have to water it down?
With the people who have got curriculums, you mean that's how they water it down?
Well, see, I mean, the goal is longevity, because you make more money the longer that the students stay. If you teach them in a way that they don't need you for very long, how's the school going to stay open?
Well, you see, I work in the reverse of that. And the reverse of that is, the simpler I make it, the more difficult it is for them to apply it.
Because simple...
I'm working on a small framework of things.
Yeah.
And for them to apply it at the highest level takes the most amount of time and the greatest amount of commitment and skill.
Because simple is not easy, correct?
So I'm different for the rest of them. Well, this week I'll show you that, next week I'll show you that, the next week I'll show you that, the week after that I'll show you this, that. It's not like that. It's like, I'll show you the side jab when he punches, and I'll show you it when he kicks, and then what I want to, and I'll show you if you have to block or move back, and they're always striving to get away in front of that they don't have to block, they don't have to move back, they detect motion, they detect shifting, they detect vibration, and then they hit. So they're always striving for simplicity. That's what keeps them coming.
I'll tell you, man, that sounds like Jeet Kune Do to me.
I hope so.
Right? That sounds like Jeet Kune Do to me. And I hope that as a result of this little conversation that we've had, that people will get a deeper insight into what you are about. I hope so. So I really appreciate your taking the time out to spend some time with me, man. I hope this was fun for you.
It certainly was.
I got a lot out of it, and I hope that we can do it again sometime in the future.
Sure. Well, I was just looking at time here, and it's roughly 10:30, and I'm leaving at 4:30 to go to Ireland to do a seminar. So
I appreciate it.
I really did enjoy it, and I was teaching tonight. So sure, it was different, and I really did enjoy it. You know, and you're quite right. People always make assumptions about me without knowing me, but all the guys that came from different countries and met me, and I've taught them, they've got a different idea because they've actually met me in person. Instead, it's really very easy to condemn somebody and label them this and that, and you never met them. You know, the door's open.
Yeah. Well, look, thanks for squeezing me into your schedule. Have a great seminar, and I hope we can do this again sometime.
Sure. Okay then.
All right,
thanks
man.
again.
Okay, take care.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye then.
Bye.
Okay, so I hope everybody had a good time with that episode number 28 of the Jeet Kune Do Dialogues. Certainly a lot to think about, I'd say. That's it for today. So feel free to share and like and comment. You can ask questions on this if you want, and I'll review everything after posting. Sign up for notifications for when we go live on Facebook and when we start going live on the YouTube. Also sign up for notifications of when the videos are posted on the YouTube at both the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast channel and also at the Jeet Kune Do Dialogues channel. As always, I love jeetkundo.com, the Quick Skills Series Volume 1. Some of you might be aware, if I get it confirmed, we will have another episode of the dialogues on Monday at 3 p.m. That is, 13, 14, 15. Monday, October 15th with Eleanor Academia Magda, if she confirms that with me. It's still up in the air who my guest will be for next Friday's dialogue. It's a possibility of one or two people, and then Wednesday the 17th we'll have another episode of the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast. All right, okay, all right. So that's it, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you back here same time next week. Take care.